Thanks for supporting the channel by clicking the links in the description box. And thank you so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And now let's get into this podversation. Hey, what's up, everybody? I wanted to chat about this fight between Monique Samuels and Candiace Dillard from The Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, you guys know I don't do reviews on these shows. I don't watch them as a habit, but if I get to see an episode and there's something that happened on it that I want to talk about or discuss further, then that's what I'll do. And honestly, this fight is something that has been talked about, rumored about, a lot of different discussions on different social media platforms, some Instagram influencers that are really into these housewife shows that had like some background information and had the opportunity to even talk with some of the castmates have discussed this fight. So it's something that when this new season was going to be coming about, a lot of people were kind of waiting to see with their own eyes what really happened. And not only what really happened, is Bravo even going to really show the fight, or are they going to just show a clip and then it's going to fade to black and we don't really get to see exactly what happened? Well, I wanted to talk about this because I know that there are some people that are team Monique. There are people that are team Candiace. I ain't team nobody. I'm just team right. I'm just on the side of right. And if both people are in the wrong, then both people are in the wrong. If one person is wrong and the other person is right, I'm going to say that. And this isn't even a matter of opinion. This is what was actually shown. This is what we all saw with our own eyes. And of course, when people are in the heat of the moment and they're fighting with each other, they're not really thinking rationally. And I'm just going to be 100% honest. Even though I like Monique, I like Candiace too. I don't dislike any of them. Some of them have qualities that I might not really care for and whatever. But I know there's some people that cannot stand Candiace. And there has even been some discussions about some things that she said on her Twitter account and Instagram account over the years, and even recently, that has gotten under people's skin. But when it involves this fight, which is all I'm really discussing, I just have to be on the side of right. And this fight, it was Monique in the wrong. I'm just saying, from what I saw, Monique was wrong. And I don't really know if it was just because of some of the rumors or Monique feeling like Candiace betrayed her because Candiace invited Charisse, who was a former housewife of Potomac, and then she was a friend, and now she's no longer on there anymore. Charisse and Monique used to be friends, but there were some rumors going around about Monique, and rightfully so. If the things are not true, Monique has a right to be upset about it. But does that give her the right to put her hands on Candiace? And the answer is no. Look, I get it. When people piss you off, you can probably just see yourself dragging this person. You can see yourself wrapping your hands around somebody's neck or pulling their hair or punching them out, knocking them out, punching them in the eye, giving a black eye, whatever. I mean, when you are angry with somebody, when people have hurt you, when people have hurt your feelings, when people have disgusted you, you can see yourself in your mind really putting hands on people. I get it. That is a form of anger that we all have the right to think what we want to think, but we don't have the right to put our hands on people. We're not children. We're not children. And unfortunately, there are consequences to those types of actions. Even if you may feel like this person was wrong and they were provoking me, it does not give you the right to put your hands on them. And what Monique was doing, it was not right. Monique started flipping Candiace's hair. Candiace could have been saying words that were getting under Monique's skin and was getting on her last nerve. But Monique started flipping Candiace's hair. She was touching Candiace. Your hair is a part of you. Whether you feel like it or not, whether you feel like, oh, well, she was just flipping her hair, that's not a big deal. She didn't yank her hair. She didn't pull her hair out by the roots. She didn't snatch her wig off. She didn't pull her tracks out or whatever. That is a form of violating somebody's space. If somebody is saying words to you and then you start touching a part of their body or their clothing or their hat or whatever, you're taking it a further step. And Monique did not have the right to do that. So even if Candiace was saying, drag me or put hands on me, what are you going to do? Are you going to hit me? Are you going to punch me? Even if Candiace was saying those things, it did not give Monique the right to put her hands on her. So when Monique started flipping Candiace's hair, that already crossed the line. So when Monique started flipping Candiace's hair, Candiace was saying things back to her, and Monique, she went there. She grabbed Candiace's hair and she was holding on for dear life. And then she started, Candiace had the right at that point. Candiace had the right to defend herself. Candiace's reaction, because she had a glass in her hand, she threw the drink. Like get your hands off of me. She threw the drink, and that caused another reaction. And Monique started just slapping her hands into Candiace's head and was holding on for dear life. And it was so many people at that table that was trying to pull Monique off of Candiace. Candiace really was trying to defend herself. I was cringing when I was sitting there watching that. It was just wrong. Period. It was wrong. And I get it. With Karen is Monique's friend. Karen knew that Monique was wrong. So, unfortunately, instead of Karen just saying, you know what, Monique, what you did was wrong, she was just basically saying, I feel like both people were wrong. Candiace was defending herself in the situation, people. And as much as you may not like Candiace, in this situation, Monique was wrong. And even when Monique was telling her husband about what happened, he was letting her know, like, this is childish. We have to watch our actions. We have to be careful, of how we are portraying ourselves. And Monique was just saying, I don't care. I don't care. Monique was just pretty much acting very, very childish. And her childish actions in that situation, it was a lead up from previous in the lake house when Monique was just going overboard with her reactions because she was getting upset that Candiace, Ashley, and Giselle were having a private conversation that did not include her. And I don't know why Monique was feeling insecure about the situation. I don't know. She just felt like, this is my home. You guys don't have the right to gather together having a conversation about something without me or without the group when we're all sitting around the fire pit trying to make s'mores. It was kind of ridiculous, but Monique was feeling some type of way and she was just acting out in a way that was extremely childish. And in this situation with her putting her hands on Candiace, all of that was some pent-up aggression and anger, which more likely than not stemmed from Monique feeling that Candiace betrayed her friendship because she invited Charisse to Candiace's 1-year wedding anniversary party, and she did not tell Monique because Monique felt like Candiace knew that Monique and Charisse were not in a good place, so she felt betrayed by the situation. That's her right to feel that way, but Candiace already apologized to her. Now, whether Monique felt like the apology was sincere or not, Monique accepted it. She said, I appreciate it. I don't know if she accepted it. I mean, she said, I appreciate it when Candiace apologized to her. She said, I appreciate you saying that. So if she didn't want to accept the apology, if she felt like it wasn't genuine at that point, she could have just said, you know what? Your apology is bullcrap. I'm not accepting it. I don't want to have anything else to do with you. So, I mean, we already know with these shows, they put people in these positions to have some type of confrontation, but they don't want them to get to this point of them putting hands on each other. So Charisse throwing the drink in Monique's face and letting go of the glass and the glass hitting her lip, that is pretty much a casualty of war in that type of situation because Monique started it. I'm not saying it's good that that happened to Monique. Of course, I'm not saying that she deserved to get cut in her lip by the glass that was thrown by Candiace. But in all honesty, Candiace's head was down because Monique was pulling her hair. Candiace couldn't even see her face. So the fact that she just like threw it, she was trying to defend herself. And for God's sake, there was a big table in between them. So Monique was pulling Charisse's hair. She was pulling Candiace's hair and pulling her head down over the table. So, because Candiace was standing there talking and she had the drink in her hand the whole time. So, I'm sorry. That was just not a justification. Monique was wrong in that situation. She was flipping Candiace's hair. And that, even though, to some people may seem like it's just light and it wasn't a big deal, she put her hands on her. And going back several years ago, back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta at the reunion when Kenya Moore and Portia Williams were having the words and having the confrontation. Yeah, it was annoying. It was annoying that Kenya was having the props and pulling out the bullhorn and the scepter and those different things like that. But Kenya did not put her hands on Portia. It was annoying. It was antagonizing. And no, it wasn't even right. But Kenya did not put her hands on Portia. But Portia put her hands on Kenya by, again, pulling the hair. And I don't know why it is that women tend to just do that. They go for the hair first. They don't go for the jugular. They go for the hair. So I guess the hair is the jugular in essence, because it's like your hair is supposed to be your crown and glory. Women's, especially Black women, we spend so much time, effort, and sometimes money on our hair. So to just go there as the first thing, it speaks volumes.
You are not going to keep on talking about my character like you know what you're talking about. You're a slut from the 90s, and you sitting up here trying to act like you are a dumb call. Shut up. Yeah, you want to hear me? Fired. I will you up. I will fired.
And so I did feel bad for Candiace in that moment. And I get it. When Candiace broke down crying when she called her husband to tell him about what happened, I didn't even feel like her crying was a cry of I am injured. It was a cry of hurt and embarrassment. Hurt because it's like, I don't understand like where all of that anger came from to the point where she felt like she needed to attack me physically. So I understood it. I don't have a whole lot in common with Candiace, but in that situation, I really understood her. And I can also understand Monique, where you feel so hurt and betrayed by someone that you want to put your hands on them. Because I've been there. I haven't been there where I put my hands on somebody, but I felt like doing it. But I had to control my anger. I had to remember that they're not worth my freedom. I don't need anybody pressing charges against me because I attacked them physically, because they hurt me mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and maybe even financially. I'm not going to put my hands on them as much as I would love to, because it releases those endorphins for the moment, but the long run of it, it's just really not worth it. So I just wanted to discuss that, guys. And again, I'm not team Monique. I'm not team Candiace. I'm just team right. And in this situation, Monique was wrong, period. But you let me know your thoughts in the comment section.